Welcome to the presentation on World Register of Irrigation Projects. This is a new ICID initiative that has been taken by us for the benefit of the global irrigation communities. Why this register? A register, by definition, is an official record of items. It carries a seal of authenticity to the contained items. There are various registers, especially in the engineering field. Number of such registers do exist, and number of other books or inventories exist regarding the natural phenomena and other items of interest. In water sector, similar area, one of the well-known register is the World Register on Large Dams. This register has been taken up by the International Commission on Large Dams, which is a sister and a parallel body like ICID, and they enumerate dams above a certain criteria of height and size, etc. And this register becomes quite important when we have to look at the developmental status of dams and water resources structures. Similarly, in case of ICID, we introduced the World Register of Heritage Irrigation Structures in 2013, and every year we have been making steady addition to it, and it's a very valuable register when we have to look at the development of irrigation across the ages in the world. It's a very useful and very important register. The world registers are therefore very important for developing a global view of the items of interest. So, when we go to the irrigation field, irrigation is a very important part of rural poverty alleviation and economic growth across the world. And when we see that there is no such inventory or register in existence for irrigation projects. Irrigation project is a very important aspect of the not only the economic but even social cultural development of an area. Irrigation project forms an atomic unit of agriculture water management exercise, and it comes in various shapes, sizes and concepts. The irrigation project is the key for practicing the systematic irrigation. The irrigation operations in a scientific manner can be organized only through a project, because irrigation requires a certain steady and regulated supply of water, and unless the systems are in place, this steady and regulated supply of water doesn't happen. Secondly, there is also an effect between a micro and a macro level of implementation. There are various issues that happen. So in order to see if a technique is adopted on a larger scale, what are the results, how have they benefited the society, what it has done for the improvement of the society, then study of a project becomes very important. The irrigation project, almost as a universal truth, are unique. No two projects are alike, because they are a outcome of the topographical situations, the geological and soil conditions in the command area, as well as at the locations of the structures, the agricultural practices, what kind of practices are being followed, what are the climatic setup and hydrology of the source and command area. A global view is necessary to imbibe various approaches adopted in project development and operation. Because these conditions are unique, they may not be available to you in the next project, that even within the same region that we are trying to design or we are trying to plan. So it is very much necessary to see all the possible combinations of topography, geology, water management in order to see that what is the kind of solution that may be more suitable for a particular area or for a particular project. So these unique combinations are required to be recorded. They are required to be put in a inventory form so that these can be appreciated. So a global view is necessary for the imbibing various approaches needed, and for that the register forms a justification. The register also has other usages, especially when we realize that the globally communities are at different levels of development. Each community has got its own questions and each community seeks for certain solutions. When you are seeking for solutions, you may be finding that the underlying conditions have changed, or you may be finding that there are various other aspects that have come in. So it becomes quite prudent to look at those areas where these aspects were existing earlier. Now for that you need an inventory where you can go and look for it, and then you can seek answers from a common knowledge base. Because no such inventory on irrigation projects are existing, there are various key features of the irrigation practices and key features of irrigation engineering are not widely available across the board, and that is where the need for the register for the irrigation projects arise. Why ICID has taken up this? ICID is the lone global entity providing a common platform covering the entire gamut of disciplines in irrigation, drainage and agriculture water management. We consider ourselves to be the repository of the global knowledge in the areas of agriculture water management, irrigation, technologies, drainage, technologies and solutions, etc. Presently, through our membership network, we can boast of covering 90% of the irrigated areas of the world through our membership network. So collectively, ICID through our national committees are the actual storehouses of the information on agriculture water management and irrigation projects. But we haven't really worked collectively to get this knowledge together, put it under one roof in a manner that it becomes easily available. This is true for especially for the irrigation projects. Each member country has a bouquet of developments which needs to be showcased to the world. There are always unique approaches which are happening, and we hardly realize that these unique approaches are successful, whether there are any constraints, and if somebody else wants to implement these approaches, how these approaches are available. So we want to provide a base to all the membership communities of ICID as well as to the agriculture water management communities across the world, that an inventory which contains the pointers of the information to relevant aspects of irrigation and thereby provide them a base for the global communities to practice irrigation in a better way. Since the register is still not existing, we discussed a lot on the design approach that is to be adopted for the register, because irrigation projects are multifaceted. They encompass almost everything. They encompass the high technology in the fields of geotechnical engineering, in the fields of hydrology, in the field of seismology, in the field of hydraulics. They also encompass the natural aspects of water management. They also have implications and they also have influence over the water management practices that are there in the area as well as the needs of the area. There is even a social and cultural aspect which gets associated with an irrigation project. So this is a huge plethora and multidimensionality that the information about an irrigation project will contain. In theory, we can collect every information, but then the onus of collecting and providing that information on a voluntary practitioner will become too huge. And when at the voluntary level, if a large demand is made, the natural tendency is to go ahead and ignore it. That is one of the reasons that why we are not having information in a coordinated form. So the information extent had to be designed in a manner that it should not be too extensive, but then simultaneously it has to be such that it becomes relatively easy to provide from a data supplier point of view. Simultaneously, it should also provide points of interest to various researchers, practitioners and analysis persons as per their needs. There may be questions in the minds of people, and this inventory should try to find pointers that where to look for such kind of an information, such kind of a solution. And for this purpose, the register has to be simple and simultaneously it has to have a possibility of capturing all the multidimensionality. And then thirdly, it has to remain readily available. Any point of time a question arises, any point of time an issue arises, it should be possible for us to take help of this register. So these are the basic designing principles that have been kept while the entire register has been designed. The register being quite extensive, we will be providing with a separate video in which all the data points that is being collected in the register will all be gone through. Here we will provide you in a concise form, and we'll say that we will have the information coming out of the geographical and administrative location of the projects, water sources, from where the water is coming from, what are the reliability, what are the yields available, what is the consumption footprint of the project, and what kind of availability is there, how the water is distributed through the networks, what are the features of the networks, which kind of materials are used for providing these networks, and technologies that are employed for the purpose. What type of agriculture water management is being practiced, how water is being applied to the crops, what are the crops that are being grown, what are the seasons in which various crops are being grown, how much of area that each of the types of crops is covering, how the entire operation is managed in a socially harmonious way, what are the authority levels, how the communities are adopting the water management at their own level, and what involvements are there, how much financial investments have been made. An irrigation project is not a cheap exercise, it's a very costly exercise and it requires years and years to complete it. So it is very important to know what kind of financial investments have been made, what kind of timelines have been followed, and then what is the present status, how much efforts we have put in an old project to make it more suitable to the current needs. And even after collecting all this information, there may be some information which cannot be collected in form of individual data fields and data points, and for that some space is provided, which is a free form information in which the project information can be collected or can be put in, which can be made searchable, but that may be a very general kind of information, and that information may be having some special features also. Another area is where we would like to know that if you want to learn more about a particular type of a project or particular solution, then where to contact, how to really get additional information out of this. So these are the information base on which the entire register has been based. The development approach that is required for this kind of a register is necessarily web based in order to make it available at all the time and in all the places, because nowadays it is no more possible to provide things on a printed form. They are very costly, they are very difficult to distribute, and they are very difficult to update. So the entire exercise is put on a web platform, and it is based on currently the Microsoft technologies, ASP.NET and SQL Server. However, as far as the user is concerned, user will be completely sealed from knowing anything about the underlying technologies of development, but will have all the facilities which a normal user of a computer or a mobile phone can easily access. The workflow process has been built in. You require a workflow process in order to get a project inside the register, because when someone proposes a project, the data that is being provided is to be checked from a completeness purposes and also from the rationality purposes. So an in-between check is necessary before we commit the project to the register. So a workflow process for this is also built in into the web portal. So that entire thing becomes, the register becomes a kind of a single window solution. It is planned that national committees will function as nodal agencies, mobilizing the individual users in providing the data in their own respective countries. These users will be able to provide the data on the portal. The national committees will be able to check them for the rationality purposes, and then they can approve the project so that the project becomes part of the register. ICID Central Office will manage the entire portal. Its upgradation, its modifications will all be taken care. The integrity of the database will all be maintained, and the register will be made available to anyone who is interested in examining the same. To make the register more inclusive, we also propose that those countries who may not be member of ICID network but are willing to provide for their data in respect of irrigation projects can also be included, and for that the workflow process will be handled at the ICID Central Office level, so that the entire process is able to include the entire global solutions across the world. What size of projects that is required? A lot of debate was happening, and it is found that if we take projects which are too small in nature, then the numbers become too large, and managing extremely large numbers and verifying those extremely large number of projects become a very humongous task. If you take very large value, then the projects to be included are going to be very few, and they may not appeal to somebody who may be an average sized project developer. So in order to collect and provide the largest community coverage as possible, at this point of time it has been decided that we will have projects of 5,000 hectares of the irrigated area as a part of the register. This is a kind of a size, slightly arbitrary of course, but still it's a size where scientific approaches of development management are possible to implement, and thereby these projects have a potential to provide valuable experience to the global communities. So this is the general concept about the register. The register will remain in the cloud. The project owners and managers, which may be government departments, which may be farmers associations, which may be individuals allocated by these owners or departments, they can input the data into the register. The national committee will be made aware of this data having been input. They can provide a nodal group or a nodal persons who can verify that this data is not irrational. We don't expect the national committees to go and physically verify the exact area of the irrigation or exact nature of the crop or exact nature of a particular structure, but there should not be any gross errors. And once that is satisfaction is done, then the project can be committed to the register of world irrigation projects. This project having been committed, we as an incentive would like to provide a recognition to the person who has submitted the project, as well as to the project itself, of becoming a part of this register, becoming a member of this register. So this entire exercise is going to be part of the register of irrigation projects. This is a glimpse of the opening home page of the register. As you can see, we have tried to provide it through the security, and then various features are being provided. It is at this point of time and in this presentation, it is not possible to go into the details of this, for which a separate video is going to be made available, in which each individual parts of this register will be analyzed, will be demonstrated, and through that a user guide, your user familiarization exercise will take place, in which people will be able to fill up the data or use the register. Since the contributions are voluntary, it is very difficult for somebody to maintain that tempo. So in order to make that happen, we propose that the volunteers making a contribution to the register will have to be given some incentive to provide the information. So as a first step, the project that will be entered into the register will be awarded a certificate on approval by the concerned national committee about their having joined the World Register of Irrigation Projects. The users who are making significant contributions in their own country will also be recognized by making the largest contribution, and the national committees who are working harder will also be recognized as a part of their performance record, and we can award a recognition which can help the national committee in making a footprint in their own country. And if there are any other kind of recognitions are planned, well, those kind of recognitions can also be provided. That will be a deliberative process. We will be discussing this as a part of our ICID, IEC deliberations, and as and when and what information or what recognitions are planned, they will be provided. This is a kind of a sample of a certificate which can be provided, which may be an attractive one. The designs can be further improved as the time passes, and this can become a kind of a permanent record with the project, so that the project authorities, the project managers feel their involvement in the register. So we need to join our hands together in order to make this register a success, because as we have said, the projects are there, the information is there, somebody has to join voluntarily and provide this information for the global good, and in the process get some recognition out of it as well, and become a part of a community in which like-minded people can come together and share the knowledge, and thereby improve the knowledge base of ICID as well. Thank you very much for attending the presentation.